Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and on the other side of the interwebs is Tad. Hey Tad.
Hey, Tyler, how are you?
I'm good. Uh,
Yeah.
it's been a good week.
Yeah,
Busy week for me. Been a great week in comics. Holy buckets.
yeah, lots of good comics this week.
For sure.
Lots of good comics this week.
Yeah. For some comic news, just to start us off, I know we talked about this before, but DC is returning to Wednesdays.
I know a lot of comic shops happy about that.
Yes. It was announced day one of the annual Comics Pro meeting was a super duper jam packed day of news and schmooze, some of which you can read right here at this website, which is the Comics Beat. So get out
Comic
to
Speed.
yeah.
Lots of stuff with comic beats about that.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that because I'm just getting back into Batman and things like that. The proper canon story Batman
Right?
and DC Comics. So I'm excited that it's going to be all on Wednesdays because I barely make it there once a week to the comic
Yeah.
shop. Do you
Yeah.
go? Do you go on like a weekend and just go like I'm just going to go peruse the comic shop for fun?
Uh, Generally not my normal shop when I do that. I'll sometimes go to other shops
Yeah,
on the weekend. Um, Generally I only hit my normal shop on the weekly.
yeah. Well, I'm a little worried because I told you I think last week Peggy and I are planning on moving this summer.
You
Uh,
have to figure it out, yeah.
Exactly. I don't have from where we're planning on going, Glenwood, Minnesota. Um, there's not a comic book shop.
How far from Minneapolis? Because there's lots of good ones in Minneapolis.
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, so I definitely have to make it a priority to like I don't know, order my comics. I tried that for a while, getting it from Midtown in New York, but that was,
Yeah.
they didn't arrive until Saturday from so
No, there's Midtown. There's also a discount comic service at Indianapolis. They're
okay.
Lunar. Um, yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. Or
Yeah.
you might wind up going way more digital.
I know exactly. I don't mind that. I wanted to do it, and maybe this might just be the excuse to pull the trigger,
Yeah, maybe this will be what kicks you into the digital age.
and then I can like get a pull box at a shop in Minneapolis and just pick up my comics once a month or something like
Well,
that.
yeah,
The
yeah,
Marvel and the DCs that I like to collect.
right.
Who
That
knows?
that might wind up being the way to do it. I can definitely recommend some shops in Minneapolis.
Yeah. So
We know some people in Minneapolis too.
oh yeah. So yeah, my our plans are to start looking for a new house shortly. You've been to my house here. It needs a lot of work, and we are just kind of sick of it. And we're kind of sick of Laverne. So we're just looking for a new adventure. So,
And you're gonna have older kids out of the house and younger kids just getting ready for kindergarten. So that's like the perfect.
that's our thought. Brendan,
That's like the perfect time to make a move.
yeah, the teenage son that lives with us, Brendan, he is going off to college here in a few months and in North Dakota. So we're going to find a spot. And my son is probably going to school in Minneapolis, Sean. And so
Okay.
we're looking for a place that's going to be close to all the kids. And Isaac, Peggy's oldest son, he lives in Sioux Falls. So, yeah, we're going to be about a few hours from all the kids. Anywho,
That sounds good.
in more comic news, I found an article about queerness in comic books. I didn't know that there was queer games. Did you know that there was a sporting event?
I did not.
Okay. Well, there is a article on the beat called Queerness in Comics. Isaac Jeffries, A Good Sport is about the game of freedom. So I'm just
Okay.
going to read a little bit from the article.
Sure.
Welcome to Queerness in Comics, a column originated by Comics Beat feature editor Avery Kaplan, exploring queer representation and theme in comics. This week, for the column's return, Avery's spouse, Rebecca Oliver Kaplan, talks to a French cartoonist, Soisik Jeffrey, about a good sport, exploring the history of the gay games. See, I didn't know that this was like a sporting event, which it's all.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and which is funny because he mentions that Soisik mentions that like he didn't know until he started working on this, didn't know the huge scope of these games. The Gay Games is a worldwide sports and cultural event that promotes acceptance of sexual diversity, features lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender athletes, artists, and other individuals. It all started in the United States in San Francisco in 1982, thanks to Olympic athlete and medical doctor Tom Waddle and others. I feel so bad for not knowing the history of the game sooner. I learned a lot while working on this book. Their goal was to promote the spirit of inclusion and recreate the Olympics' power to bring people together. It was also meant to be a positive event, a celebration. So, and then the article just goes on to interview Jaffrey. Kaplan interviews Jaffrey. It's really interesting, specifically because I didn't know there was anything called the Gay Games. So
yeah, that is news to me as well, but welcome news. I'm happy to, and I'm sorry that I'm like more out of it than normal at the beginning because we're recording in a rush and my cat Eddie is trying very much to help. So
my new dog was just in here a minute ago barking at me right before you picked up the Zoom call. And I was like, God, I hope she doesn't do this the whole time.
So, hi, Eddie. You gonna say hi? The cat's got your tongue?
Maybe.
You sure? You sure? You say hi? You say hi? No? Okay. So
while you do that, I have to pick up my books. I didn't realize that they were still last week's books.
Yeah, no, that's that. I wasn't going to say it on the air, but
that's fine.
No, I was setting up stuff while Tyler was talking, and now he's going to set up stuff while I talk. So we passed another continuing resolution. So the government will not shut down. That is like the one and only non-shit show news this week.
That's funny.
Immediately upon passing the continuing resolution, Marjorie Three Names, Q from Georgia, decided to file a motion to vacate the chair. They then recessed for 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now when they come back. Mike Johnson might be out of a job unless the Democrats save him there too. However, just because we want to keep life interesting, a Republican representative from Wisconsin announced that his final day will be April 19th, which is the first day after he won't be replaced before the election, which will cut the Republican lead in the House to 1. They'll be able to lose 1 vote to get anything done. That includes electing a new speaker. Shit show. And we'll find out tomorrow morning if Donald Trump is going to magically come up with $750 million, or if he's going to start having his assets seized by the state of New York. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I hope he does. I mean,
Biden's been on a roll though.
Yeah.
Biden's been on a roll. But Biden had a couple of just absolute zingers recently.
Yep.
What did he said? He said something about the election this November is going to come down to an old man who's losing his faculties, or me.
Or me.
And then another one where he said, yeah, no, I had this guy and he down on his luck and he said, "Hey, Joe, can you bail me out?" And I said, "I'm sorry, Donald. I just can't help you today." Um,
Joe's got some humor. I like that.
so yeah, I feel hopeful on that front.
Hmm.
Particularly because the more a shit show the Republicans become, I think the harder it is for them to get any votes outside of the people that that are really actually that dumb. It actually occurred to me yesterday, how dumb does one have to be to repeatedly brag about taking a cognitive test to prove that he doesn't have dementia as if it made him the smartest man in the world, to say to his audience that 80% of them couldn't pass it. And then I went, but then again, let's look at his audience.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look at the fanatics that follow him.
So, yeah, what a
Cool.
world.
Yeah.
What a world. Let's go back to talking comics.
Sure.
You wanted to talk about Burning Maid?
Yeah, I do. This looked really interesting. Burning Mate, right, is a historical horror. It's out on May 30th, 1431, Rouen, France. 19-year-old Jehane d'Arc was burned at the stake, condemned by the local bishop
Known better as Joe.
as Joan. Oh, okay. Joan of Arc. Ah, that makes sense. Condemned by the local bishop for heresy. With her brutal death, it would seem that her story had ended. However, years later, her name was cleared. She was eventually declared a saint. But what if she doesn't know this? What if her soul is dark and scorched, consumed with rage because of what she endured? What if all she craves now is revenge? A shepherd's story. I think this looks really interesting.
I don't know what a shepherd story means, but it
I
does. It
don't
looks really good.
either. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's from that problematic publisher. So A, we'll see if it actually gets released.
Yeah.
And B, man, I hope they get their shit together.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah.
I do.
Hopefully, Scout Comics, May 22nd. Uh, one that caught my attention was Grommets #1 from Rick Remender and Brian Posehn. Moreno Dinicio doing the art. Two best friends outcasts navigate the Sacramento suburbs of 1984, where they find a home in a skateboard culture and punk rock. On one side of the coin, Grommets is an authentic look at 80s skate culture, a snapshot of the generation that turned skating into a worldwide phenomenon. On the other, it's a heartfelt coming-of-age story that follows two friends from troubled homes as they navigate their damage in an era when no one cared.
I like it. It kind of gives it that Lords of Dogtown
Yeah.
type vibe to it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this one. Brian Posehn has proven he's not just a celebrity that can write comics.
No, I mean
he's
legit.
legit.
He and Remender had their run on Deadpool.
Yep, exactly. I love Brian Posehn. Love his comedy.
Yeah.
Love his
Yeah.
yeah. Cool.
So here you go, Tyler.
Mugshots. By Jordan Thomas.
Mad Cave is just all over the place right now.
I know. Jordan Thomas and Chris Matthews. It takes place in Brighton, UK, 2008. The kidnapping of a young woman sets in motion a chain of events that will set con artists, gangsters, killers, and corrupt police on a collision course in this tale of family trauma, betrayal, murder, and revenge that threatens to bring the city's whole underworld down.
Yeah.
I think that looks awesome. The cover's really cool. It's got a 1960s
is.
Saul Bass. I don't know if you know, he's a graphic designer that worked on like that. Do you remember that show My Three Sons?
Yes.
Okay, so that intro to My Three Sons was done by a guy named Saul Bass. And anyway, this has got that 1960s feel to it. I think it's really really cool.
Yeah. All right. One for Sorrow from Jamie McElvey. Back with his first solo creator-owned project in over a decade. London, 1900. The capital hums with the energy of the new era, but something darker lurks beneath the surface. A monstrous figure stalks the city's criminal underworld at night, leaving a trail of bloody corpses in its wake. Rumors about the mysterious killer spread like wildfire. It's a demon, a phantom, an angel of vengeance. Nothing can kill it, nothing can stop it. And once it picks a new target, well, he better have a coffin picked out because he's already dead. The only clue that a baffled police force has to work with is a black and white feather left on each corpse, leading the press to dub the killer the Magpie. Is the Magpie killing at random, or is there a pattern that no one else can see? Three individuals, strangers to each other, might together have the answer. Madame Hendrikoff, the Russian medium with an upper class clientele desperate for the secrets of the dead. Bess Turner, the East End barmaid, caught up in the schemes of an organized crime gang. And Ignatius Thorne, the world's most famous consulting detective, brought to ruin by horrific tragedy. The artistic mastermind behind The Wicked and the Divine, Captain Carter, and Catwoman One Bad Day, is back with a new comic unlike anything he's created before. One for Sorrow is an intensely stylish supernatural suspense thriller for a full of kinetic action, bloody revenge, and ghostly mystery.
It looks really cool. I like the cover a lot.
That cover looks gorgeous.
Yes.
Distillery's killing it.
Yeah, I really like Distillery, what they're putting
Distillery's killing it.
Yep.
That'll be in stores June 5th.
So, Tad, you usually have got your animals on camera. This is my dog, my new dog Ellie.
Hey, Ellie.
She's very licky. So if you can hear,
see that.
If you can hear it on the recording,
yet.
okay. she's very cuddly.
All right. This one was yours.
Flavors of
into some original graphic novels.
Yes, The Flavors of Iraq, Impressions of My Vanished Homeland by Farhat Alani, illustrated by Leonard Cohen.
But probably not that Leonard Cohen.
Not that Leonard Cohen. Yep. Originally published in French in 2018 and winner of the Prix Albert Londres, this unique graphic novel provides a glimpse of devastating changes inflicted on Iraq in the aftermath of the American invasion. During the summer of 2016, distraught and disappointed by how Iraq is described in the media, French-Iraqi journalist Farhat Alani posted over 1,000 tweets in which he told the world about his Iraq. Farhat grew up in Paris, but spent many childhood summers in Iraq that he watched fall under the dictatorship of Saddam Hussein. As an adult, he reports from an Iraq under American occupation and discovers the sounds and silences of war. The Flavors of Iraq is an intimate and discerning look at a battered country from first a child's, then a young man's perspective. Together with Leonard Cohen's superb illustrations, the result is a poetic and powerful story of a different Iraq.
That'll be from Graphic Mundi at the Penn State University Press, May 8th.
Very cool.
George Sand, True Genius, True Woman, Self-Made Hero, written by Severine Vidal and art by Kim Costini. George Sand, True Genius, True Woman is a scrupulously researched and tenderly revealing biography of one of the great pioneering figures of 19th century French literature. Born in 1804 at a time when women were deprived of their civil rights, along with minors, criminals, and the insane, Amandine Lucille Aurore Dupin grew up to defy those norms both in her life and her writing. Adopting the gender-neutral pen name George Sand, and in a career lasting over 40 years as novelist and playwright, she is best remembered today for the affairs and friendships she enjoyed with men, the composer Chopin, the painter Delacroix, and the novelist Balzac. That's from Self-Made Hero.
Again, I love the cover.
British press.
It looks like a old school like children's book.
In shops June 26th.
Yeah, cover looks amazing. What do we got
Yeah,
here?
Tyler.
Yes, X-dimensional assassin Zai through the unfolded Earth. Zai's an international assassin, and his agency sends him to places that do not exist. He hunts crooked accountants, fairy industrialists, hero scientists, down at heels gods, and refugees from Atlantis, and he finds them in hidden continents, secret space stations, or post-apocalyptic fairylands. Good thing he's a professional killer who likes to travel. I think it just sounds really fun. Just a
It
complete
does.
bizarre from Jason Franks and Danielle Sarah.
Yeah.
It's got
IPI Comics is a new press. I think this is one of their first solicitations, but they've got interesting stuff. They were the Sherlock Holmes one we talked about earlier too.
Yep.
So, all right. From Dark Horse, Yellow by Jay Martin. Set in an alternate future amid a second civil war, wounded infantryman Nick Carson flees the battlefield and escapes across the wasteland of war-torn America. Branded a coward and marked for death, Nick's only hope is to get to the other side. His route takes him through a strange, ravaged country where power plants lay destroyed and once great cities have gone dark. In America at war with itself, Yellow explores what happens when society falls apart, when there is no law and order. Do we fall to our basic instincts, or can we rise above? As Nick travels, he encounters both good and evil and must choose which path he will follow.
That looks really cool as well. This is just like
Platinum Age of Comics, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all I got to say. Platinum Age of Comics.
Yep.
Speaking of,
yep. Zoe Thurgood, Hack Slash
collected edition. This has been so fucking good.
Yeah. This is Hack Slash Back to School Trade Paperback Volume 1 from Zoe Thurgood. Slasher hunter Cassie Hack is only just getting used to her man-monster partner, Vlad, when she's drawn into a new case involving a murderous bunny mascot, dead kids, and an entire squad of maladjusted teenage serial killer hunters. A completely new chapter in the beloved, long-running series by Eisner-nominated Zoe Thurgood that's perfect for new readers and old fans alike.
It's been so fucking good.
Yeah, I keep saying this, but I love the cover. The cover looks great. I haven't seen
another. No, go ahead. Another Fantagraphics Underground title, a collection of Hurricane Nancy. Nancy Burton was among the earliest 1960s underground cartoonists, creating comic strips under the pen name Hurricane Nancy, among others. Burton stopped making art in the early 70s until 2009 when she began posting artwork online. Hurricane Nancy is the first collection of Burton's work ever published and reprints many of her comics and drawings from the 60s in addition to her more recent work. Burton talks about the origins of her pen names, encounters with Timothy Leary and the Grateful Dead, and explains why she stopped making art entirely in the 1970s. Hurricane Nancy is both a retrospective of a significant artist in the history of comics, as well as a first-person account of a fascinating moment in countercultural America.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah.
Looks bizarre, honestly, but
pretty trippy X-rated cover.
Yep. I was just going to say it's pretty graphic, but
yeah. Pretty trippy X-rated cover. But yeah, it looks good.
I don't even want to describe it to our listeners. Yeah, it's pretty X-rated.
We'll let that go.
It's pretty X-rated.
So final order cut off this week.
Mm-hmm.
American Nature Presents #1 from Greg and Faith, Mark Kopranarov, and Josh Pettinger from Floating World. Get your orders in on this one. This is Greg and Fake doing an old school black and white anthology magazine with comics and articles and whatnot. You don't want to see it, Mom. I promise you. So talk to your comic shops. Get your orders in today. Barbaric, Born in Blood #1 from Michael Morisi and Nathan Gooden. We're gonna go back in time with our fabulous Axemen. Yeah,
Looking forward to that.
just looking forward to that. Choose your own adventure. Forecast from Stonehenge. Stephanie Phillips and Dan Bellino also looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
As does Hobtown Mysteries, The Case of the Missing Men from Chris Burton and Alexander Forbes. Both of them are coming from Oni Press. And then time to get your orders in on White Boat, #1 from Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla at Distillery.
Again, Distillery's killing it.
Totally. Couple Kickstarters to mention: Mutiny, Black Girl Magic from Crystal Adams, Isaiah Fulmore, Amanda Adams, and Fabrice Sapolsky. Fair Square through March 26th. So you got a couple more days on that. Black and White, Kwanzaa Asayefo from Tim Smith 3, or Tim Smith 3, Jamal Eagle, all from Black Mask, March 29th. The Really Complete Paradise 2 from Terry Moore, also through March 29th. Through March 31st, When I Was Young, an LGBTQIA plus charity comic anthology featuring or edited by Michelle Abinader, who we talked to. She's fantastic. Stories from Sam Maggs with Heather Antos doing her first and possibly only interior art. We talked to her too. Christopher Cantwell with Zayzama, Stephanie Williams with Ryan Oakley, Kat Kalami, and Phil Falco with Alessandro Canzanella, Michelle Abinader with Sarah Onzas, David Bohr with Jack Foster, Natasha Alderici, Jadzia Axelrod, Shadia Amin, Rye Hickman, Fellhound, Mitchiums, Tench, Richard Fairgray, Cody Okamoto. It's on backer kit through March 31st. Right now, it is. I'm following this one closely and plugging the hell out of it. See exactly where we are as of right now. We are at 19,708 of 22,000 that they're shooting for. If they hit the 22,000 mark, it will not only mean that they make it and everybody gets paid for their work, but it will guarantee a minimum of $3,000 for the Trevor Project, which is a 24/7, 365 day a year resource and support hotline and organization for LGBTQIA plus youth. An organization that means a lot to me, an organization that means a lot to them. I can't emphasize enough. You got another week. Go back this anthology. It's at BackerKet. When I Was Young, Michelle Abinader. They're 90% there. Once they cross that $22,000 goal, almost everything's going to the Trevor Project. Everybody's working at page rates. They're not like taking percentages. So once they hit that 22,000, everything after that is more money for a fantastic charity.
Yeah, I've already backed it. I can't wait to get my.
Me too.
Yep, I can't wait to get my book. I've been pumping this to anyone who is.
Yep. It's been all over our blue sky as well.
Yep. The library that I work at is planning on getting it in, which I'm really grateful for. And I told my head librarian, I'm like, we got to get this. I think this will be great for the collection. So,
right.
Yeah. Let's see. 3 amazing new books this week. Tad, you and I both have the first
we were
one.
both on the top one.
And here's the thing about Beneath the Trees. I think picking out the cover is just as fun, and I usually don't care about variant covers, but
I don't even look at the variants because I mean, don't get me wrong, the variants are great, but Patrick's A cover is always so good.
It is. This time I picked up the A cover, and it's got a mouse on it with a little keepsake box, and inside is a photo of the bear serial killer.
Yeah. He upped it a notch. I may have immediately emailed him to express my shock and awe.
Mm-hmm. It's just so
How
wholesome
much he
looking.
turned up the heat
I know.
this issue.
I agree.
Um,
It looks so wholesome, like from the looks of it,
yeah,
but it's so disturbing. It's great.
yeah,
I
it was.
love the
It's
dichotomy of that.
so good.
This one I loved as well. It almost made my number one. If you
This
find
one was
this,
good.
I'm Already Dead by Matt Kent and Dan McDade, and yeah, it's just got
I like how it's exploring the idea that language is at the root of conflict.
right. I agree. This is like, I don't know. It's so deep, and it's like dark, and it's
I mean,
gritty,
seriously,
and it's
as we look at a situation in the Mid East where
uh-huh.
nobody wants to back down from whatever stated position that they've made. So rather than sitting down at a table and working things out, they shoot each other or drop bombs, or there's at this point the US doesn't even know exactly where they are, except that they're against Iran getting more power.
Mm-hmm.
Iran will only back down if Israel stops committing what it's getting harder every day not to call a genocide.
Exactly.
And the US wants Israel to stop committing what it's getting harder every day not to call a genocide, but not enough to stop arming them if it will piss off their constituents, and not enough to sit down at the table with Iran.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking about as I was reading this, because the kind of the heart of this issue is the reporter that's telling the story was trying to decipher the language, trying
Exactly.
to get a feel for the people. And I mean, that's the thing, is like, we managed to do this because we managed not to look at them as people. We managed to talk about the scourge along the border because we don't think about what they're running from. We decide that, oh, they're clearly just coming to steal something from us.
Exactly.
Without sitting back and going, well, wait a minute. What would make a family and children cross thousands of miles on foot?
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe where they're at's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Let's not look into the American corporations responsible for where they're at being pretty bad, because that would make us like maybe feel like we should take care of them.
Right. I agree.
But that, again, it would require, like, yeah, I'm sorry. I went on this diatribe during the Love and Rockets thing yesterday too.
Did you?
Well, because it's one of the, I mean, there was a Mario story in Love and Rockets that was very much about like Civil War in South Central America, and the American corporations that were somewhat behind it, and like the American teenagers down there to help on spring break.
Okay.
you know yeah,
I'm sure that went well.
it did.
Good.
Yeah.
My third pick for three amazing new books is the Web of Spider-Man one-shot. I'm going to read through the creators' names here real quick. Doing the Amazing Spider-Man story, it's Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. Miles Morales was done by Cody Ziegler and Eleonora Carlini. Spider-Woman was Steve Fox and Ig Guerra. Amazing Spider-Man Part 2, again, Zeb Wells and Ed McGuinness. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, was Stephanie Phillips. Chasm was Steve Fox, and with Stephanie Phillips was Eric Gapster.
I wonder if that means Stephanie Phillips is about to get a run on Spider-Woman.
Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
that'd be cool.
Yep, because these are all intros to
I believe so.
upcoming series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chasm, which is the Peter Parker clone, Ben Reilly. That's his new name. Steve Fox and Greg Land. Spectacular Spider-Man is Greg Weisman and Joey Vasquez. Kane, which is another Spider-Man clone from the 90s. Steve Fox.
How many Spider-Man clones are there?
Well, in that Clone Saga storyline, there were 4 of them, including the original Peter Parker.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Kane is Steve Fox and Greg Land, and then Spider Society was Alex Segura and Salvador LaRocca.
Like me some Alex Segura.
Yep, and so this is just jam-packed full of like upcoming Spider-Man stories that all are kicking off what's going to happen in Spider-Man this year.
And it was all good?
Yeah. The majority of it was good.
Are you going to find yourself buying 17 different Spider books now?
No,
like you did with X-Men?
No, I'm probably going to pick up the Stephanie Phillips Ghost Spider one, and then the Amazing Spider-Man stuff I really like. So I already know that. But no, I don't think so.
I might have to do the Alex Segura too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what did you find amazing this week?
Oh, Beneath the Trees.
Yeah.
Beneath the Trees. I don't even know what else to say there. I just realized that I'm killing time because I realized that I didn't fill in the artist on my next one because it was a fill-in artist. Mm-hmm. This is a one-shot issue. And Willem March. Tom King just keeps like outdoing himself. How do you top Date Night or Batman Elmer Fudd or Superman at a payphone desperately calling Lois 3 galaxies away, thinking of all of the horrible things that could be happening to her while he's gone? You send Superman and Wonder Woman birthday shopping for Batman.
That's awesome. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that.
It's like an intergalactic Mall of America.
Yeah.
Like I think it starts out saying that there are like 400,000 stores, slightly less than half are Earthbucks, which is like their coffee place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Clark and Diana kind of talking for the first time since everything went down with like Diana becoming public enemy number 1. It's actually set, I think, after Wonder Woman 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so it's so good that I wound up ordering extra copies to give to dear friends.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wound up ordering extra copies to give to the Wonder Women in my life.
The Wonder Women? I like that.
The Wonder Women in my life will each get a copy.
That's awesome.
Because,
cool.
It was just that good. Which tells you how good Beneath the Trees was, that I didn't put Wonder Woman top of the list this week.
Right?
It was hard. For that matter, Man's Best number 1 came in number 3.
Yeah.
I am on record predicting that Man's Best number 1 is going to be one of my top 3 miniseries of the year.
Yeah.
Though I am beginning to wonder because what were the 3 that I predicted? Man's Best, Animal Pound, and right now I'm forgetting what the third one that I predicted was, except that it wasn't Beneath the Trees. So I know that I've got 4 that I think are fucking amazing. And we're not even 4 months into the year.
Exactly. Are you keeping your list for the end of the year already? Like, are you?
I'm trying to.
Have you physically started a list?
I have.
Okay. I should start
have.
doing that. It would be so much easier on myself if I just kept going with a living document instead of
I mean, it is a little bit, uh, 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 you know, it also makes you stare at, oh God, look at all of these great books.
there's so many.
Um, yeah, I can't believe that we're 3 months into the year and I'm already maybe I'm not keeping a list. I thought I was.
I'm gonna start one.
Yeah, I need to start one too.
I'm just gonna that way I don't have to do so much research at the end of
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah.
uh, well,
So yeah,
let's get
it's
into our great
been
responsibility this
been
week.
little bit awesome. A little bit awesome is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
A little bit of an awesome year of very, very cool books.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Um,
so going back to our great responsibility this week, we are jumping back to Astrocity Metrobook number 5. This hasn't come out digitally yet, but
Nope.
the trade.
But we're able to go track down the old trade paperbacks.
Yep, the trades will work fine.
Some of them included stories that we've actually read because the Metro books are not entirely in release order.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I just skipped those.
So
I don't know how you handled it.
I just read them.
Yeah.
What
I flipped through them again.
Yeah. What I liked is that we were in Black Hammer for so long that coming back to Astro City, I'm just like, oh, wow. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. And especially this first story that's the sorcerer's assistant kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good way of putting it, but it's really funny because, it really shows the other side of being a superhero. And you like, what if you do?
Well,
need
I
an
just
assistant?
love that. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, it's like a Doctor Strange type character.
Yep.
Needs somebody to schedule their time. Otherwise, there's just no way that they would get everything done.
Exactly. And
it's just it's necessary.
Yep.
Which I think is just great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that we get the story from the perspective of the one that makes certain that a sorcerer supreme type is where she needs to be when she needs to be there. It's just the original title of this collection was Private Lives, and I think it's a really great title for the collection because that's really what it was. Is it showed you the other side of so much, because we go from that sorcerer's assistant. What was the second one was the clothes hound that
Yep.
desperately tried to stop being a criminal because he had a family and whatnot, but he couldn't because he also loved the rush.
Yeah, the adventure of it. The
Right.
Yeah.
So he wound up losing out on his family, tried to go straight again, but his clothes hound criminal friends knew how to pull him back. They just sent him a good set of shoes.
Right. Exactly.
I think that I think I really liked the dancer one though. Where like they put the dancing master
Yes. Yep.
shows up for the first time in forever, and like everybody falls in love and the world's great, but it's like too much, and the hangman has to say, you've been away for too long, they can't handle it. You're messing with the world.
And the hangman is really funny because he doesn't interact with people very often.
No.
He just kind of like a specter that just shows up. But yeah, I just really, prior to us doing this read through, I had never even really heard of Astrocity. I mean, it was not on my radar. So this
this is how you know how many stories we've read. I'd completely forgotten. I think I like the museum lady.
Yeah,
Ellie.
Ellie was fun.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Ah,
it's my dog's name. Yeah, that was fun.
Ellie and her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out she was one of the smartest women in the world, but I had a fight with her best friend and had to vanish, then to be dead. But then she started fixing things, and she got found every once in a while, and then she had to vanish again. And she had a not quite good for nothing, but certainly screw up nephew.
Yeah, for sure.
Which you got to wonder if it's actually her nephew, because if she's in hiding, I mean, how does that work?
Exactly. I was wondering that myself, going, is that
actually which means she could be that much sweeter. She could have essentially adopted a nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the high school one.
Yeah, you know what? There were so many good stories in these
Yeah, this was just filled with a bunch of fantastic one shots.
Mm-hmm.
But the supervillain realizing that the guy that she thought was just a jock was a hero that she admired.
Yeah, it's kind of the Peter Parker and the Flash Thompson thing,
right?
Where he didn't realize early on that the hero that he admired so much was this puny Parker. You know what I mean?
Right. And then in one of the more impressive, longer stories, what'd you think of Lover's Quarrel? It's so good.
It was really good. Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially it's the Batman Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
If they're both heroes, and like taking into account just exactly how much they'd have to train to keep up.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I mean, they literally just don't have time for anything else. I mean, that was, when Quarrel has the relationship with what, MPH?
Yep.
And he just never gets that. I don't have time to have
a relationship,
breakfast in bed.
Yep.
I don't have time to remember your birthday. I'm a superhero, and when I'm not a superhero, I'm training my body so that I can be a superhero. I wasn't blessed with your superhuman abilities.
Exactly. It's like Batman, right?
If I want to do this, I have to be, for that matter, when she broke her leg and, they're all ready to have her, and Jack shows up and he's like, no, if you do that, your muscles are going to atrophy. If you want to be back out there, you need to get back to work right now.
Yeah. It's just like, again, like Bruce Wayne, right? He just has to work so hard to just keep up because he's not super powered.
But we very rarely actually see that part of that.
Yeah, but we always see him running away from his social engagements. Like,
oh, definitely,
because he's got, yep. So he just doesn't have time to be Bruce Wayne,
right?
And so,
I mean, I think that's one of the things that I love about Astro City in general. Is that, like, if you think about Batman you sit there and you go, how does he have the time to train? How does he have the time to do this and that and whatever?
Uh-huh.
But it never shows that.
Correct.
If you think about Superman, you think, what must it be like to feel like you're responsible for everything, have to fly everywhere, oh, I heard somebody in need a continent away, I gotta go now, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not until we see the Samaritan and Dream of Flying, which we got to see an updated version of in well, not an update, essentially a sequel version.
Yep.
In this run.
Yep.
That you realize exactly how much that is. How does he have time to build a relationship with Lois?
Exactly.
They
don't address that at all. In Astro City, what I like about, like you were just alluding to, is that it breaks down the nitty gritty day to day.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes
stuff.
It
sits back and goes, what would it actually look like? Let's not just tell the adventures. Let's think about what their lives would have to be for those adventures to happen. And it's both wonderful and tragic.
It is. Yep.
Yep. It certainly answers why no billionaires actually ever become Batman.
They wouldn't have time to do that.
They wouldn't want to. Nobody would actually want to do that level of work.
Not only that, but to maintain your empire of being a billionaire, you need to put in the time into your businesses or whatever.
I mean, that's debatable.
True. True.
I mean, once you get to a certain point, you're just kind of there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's more not fucking it up.
That is very true. It's more not making it all just fall to pieces.
Done sorrow stay.
Right now I'm watching your screen, and it's flying by. Are you doing that, or is it doing it on its own?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm scrolling my mouse. There we go. Lucky girl. Yeah. What would it be like to? I mean, this is the one where we've got those strange magical / alien superpowers, but then it turns out maybe a little bit of a curse.
Mm-hmm.
She got her wings and then she got her great eyes, but oh wait, no, you're actually turning into a bird. And she has to then make the decision. Well,
do I like this?
The only way I can not have this is to have it all taken away.
Exactly.
And no. And I love the chibi. American chibi.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's the gods. The art's just fantastic here too.
I love the art throughout the whole thing. It's just been really great.
But you've got the very charcoalish, slightly smudged art on Earth.
Yep.
So it turns out that this programmer is actually dreaming stuff, so they have to go to their chibi world, and then you're very Japanese video game.
Yeah, very anime-esque. Right. It's cool though.
I just love the number of things that they cram together.
Exactly.
Definitely loved the Yesterday's Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And how even a superhero, this is Wolf Spider, but when suddenly the heroes from his favorite TV show are real, he doesn't stop for a second and wonder, well, how'd that happen?
Right. No, didn't even question it.
He's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I gotta join them.
Exactly.
And just to like make it that much more real, as it all falls apart, he does like go, why didn't I think about that? That's pretty bad of me.
Exactly. He's like,
but it's another one of those places where it just shows the humanity. Uh, I love the trying, the next issue you're trying to make Nightmare's trying not to be a nightmare.
mm-hmm.
And that's, well, mixed results. How about that?
Exactly.
They try.
They
He
try.
tries. He
Try.
tries really hard.
Yeah. He's
Um,
a tryhard. And then
and
reflections.
then reflections. The first family story.
It was a little
Look, the In Dreams 2015 was fantastic.
Yeah.
But we just talked about that. The first family story was probably the slowest.
It was a little
Burn.
lackluster.
I mean, I loved the last issue, but it took a long time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I agree. Yep.
Once it got to the point where this Ziri guy had discovered Carl first and realized, oh, he's just trying to save his mom, and then starts to question the Empire. That issue was super interesting, but getting to that kind of dragged.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think
it ended well.
Well, but then following it with the Steeljack story is just outstanding.
Yeah, it's like bookended in between two great stories.
Trying so desperately to just make a good life, getting sucked back, but only kind of, and we were just talking about, a billionaire wouldn't actually want to be Bruce Wayne. I could totally see if there were actual superheroes and whatnot in this world, a billionaire being exactly like the billionaire in this.
Exactly. Yes.
Let me collect all the super weapons and I'm going to make a theme restaurant. But, oh, no, that's not good enough. I got to try them out and commit some crimes just for fun. I don't need the money. I also don't care if I kill anybody because I'll blame it on the real criminals, even though they've gone straight.
It's like if you gave Donald Trump free license to be a superhero.
Yeah, imagine Donald Trump with Iron Man armor.
I'm going to write that story.
I will be your retribution.
You're fired.
But yeah, it was so good.
Funny. And he's
so good.
Yeah. I want to go into
Donald and I love
Trump
that tease at the end too, where she tells him to take his iron pills because he's going to need them.
Yeah, that was good.
She had the bedroom reinforced.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Astro City's it's such a fun run. We're going to have to decide whether we want to push back our thing for Kieran Gillen to finish up Astro City, even though the Metrobook's not out, or whether we want to wait. I think we should just wait for the next Metrobook, even though we could get the issues ahead of time.
That's fine with me.
Let's let Astro City linger until that Metrobook comes out, and then we'll wrap up in a few months.
Is that the last one?
It is.
Okay.
There are, I think, 3 trades that we haven't read, 15 through 17. Are what's going to be included in the Metrobook. 6. Which I don't know if it has a date yet. But it can be like Azadora. Just whenever we find out it's coming is when we roll.
That's cool. That's cool with me. Yeah, it is like Asadora. We've done the first 7 volumes of that.
Is it 7 or 8?
I must have 8 somewhere else because I've got 7 on my shelf I'm looking at right now.
Then maybe it's just 7. I can't. I was asking, not.
Oh, okay. Because I have 7 on my shelf, so I have. If there is 8, I've put it somewhere else.
Nope, only 7.
Okay. Good deal. Because I'm like, I hope I didn't misplace one. because 7 came out in October. Because I remember that because I
Yeah.
was in
Yeah.
Chicago
Yeah.
and I picked it up at that manga store you pointed out. By the way, Laverne here is getting a manga and anime store.
Cool.
I know. I'm very excited to go check it out. So,
Cool.
yeah. Anyway, we probably should.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have a date yet for volume 6.
It'll be this summer sometime, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're doing roughly every 6 months. So it could be like September, October.
Oh, okay. That'll work. Cool.
Because they did. Where did my mouse cursor go? Okay. Because they did March 30th, 2022, August 31st, 2022, February 15th, 2023, October 25th, 2023, March 20th, 2024.
Okay.
So I would expect September or October.
Okay.
That'll collect probably the Ordinary Heroes, Broken Melody, and Aftermaths.
Perfect. I can't wait to finish it up.
Yeah.
And
Next week we'll finish up Black Hammer. We'll do Black Hammer: The End.
Yeah.
The final issue of which comes out this Wednesday.
Exactly. I'm very excited
Yeah.
for that. Let's get into our books we hope will be spectacular next week, Ted.
That didn't actually make my top 3. My top 3 was difficult.
Yeah.
I wound up moving more things out of the top 3 than I normally do. Because Black Hammer: The End, Cemetery Kids Don't Die 2, Daredevil, Conan the Barbarians, Jill and the Killers held a spot for a while. Local Man, Bad Girls, Masterpiece number 4, New Burn number 16, which is the end of the series.
Right.
Nasty number 8, which is the end of the series. Penguin 8, Quick Stops 2, 3, Star Trek Defiant 13, Zorro Man of the Dead number 3. Really good week of comics.
Yeah, no kidding.
But Six Fingers number 2 from Dan Waters and Sumit Kumar, that's just got to be my top comic.
I can't wait.
It's gotta be.
It's up there for me too.
Did you see that they announced that they're gonna the collected edition is gonna be both series?
No, I didn't see that, but that's great news.
Collected edition will be both series together, so I'm curious as to how they'll order it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they'll go issue by issue back and forth. That I think would be the coolest way.
Yeah.
Samna number 3 from Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotay comes out this week. Also, just an amazing book. And how could I not put Batman Dark Age number 1 from Mark Russell and Mike Allred?
That's going to be really good.
I mean, based on what they did with Superman Space Age.
Yep.
We might have to read those together at some point.
Sure.
Once they're done, because they're just something else. Mark Russell's just something else. Mike Allred does, pretty good work himself.
I just love Mark Russell's humor, right? And the way that he can take these things and just go.
A book I know is great. Feral number 1. Tony Fleek's Trish Forstner comes out this week.
That seems like a long time coming. I thought Feral was out already.
Nope. We talked to him right before the final order cutoff.
That's right. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I am looking forward to Black Hammer: The End number 6 from Jeff Lemire and Malachi Ward, out from Dark Horse. Again, this has been a long time coming. I mean, Black Hammer's been an ongoing series now for
10 years?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that long. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Jeff Lemire does next. Because he dabbles his fingers in every genre you can think of. Except a Western. I don't think he's done a good Western.
Well, there was a Western issue of Black Hammer.
True.
Though that was Scott Snyder, wasn't it?
Was it?
That was the Black Hammer. That was Black Hammer Visions.
Visions. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a new.
So the first issue of Black Hammer came out in July of 2016, so I guess it's only been 8 years.
Okay.
Not
Well,
10.
before you said 10, I was going to say 5, so it's right in the middle.
8. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a new series starting up called Can I Scream? #1 from Jonathan Hedrick and Francesca Fantini from Keen Spot. I picked a couple Keen Spot books.
You and your horror titles, man.
I know. Speaking of horror, this one is a comedy horror that I've been reading as it comes out. Chopping Block #5 from Ryan Hone and Lee Adam Harold, also from Keen Spot.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these books. The third one, Chopping Block, is kind of a silly story, but it's still fun.
Silly can be good.
Yeah.
Silly can be good. I like lots of silly.
Yep.
So you have school this week. I don't have school this week, so I get to talk to Nate Powell, Dennis Kitchen, and Dennis Hopeless mornings this week.
That's cool. Yeah, I have to. We don't have a spring break. We have Easter Friday off, so I've got Friday this week off.
Okay.
And Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll be back at school next Monday.
You will. Okay.
Right now we got nothing going Friday, but it's Kelly's birthday, so I don't know if I'll wind up scheduling.
You got big plans for that?
We've got about the same plans we have for my birthday.
What's that? Sitting, relaxing?
I mean, I guess I'm going to talk to Nate Powell on my birthday.
That's cool.
Kelly's getting a massage on my birthday.
Funny.
We're seeing my son today. That's kind of for my birthday.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
We're old.
I know.
Who wants to celebrate 44?
Well, my wife's birthday was a couple days ago on the 18th, and and she's 45, so we kind of made a big deal out of it, but
yeah,
because now she's on the down road to 50. I told her that it's just around the corner now, hon.
You're so nice.
I know.
So nice.
Well.
So yeah, we got a good week. Why don't you take us out, Tyler? We'll chat for a couple minutes, and
sure.
You can get to see your daughter's thing.
I know she's got to sing at church this morning at Sunday school, but all right. So to our listeners out there, we will catch you guys after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.